En mand, manden, mænd, mændene. Okay, so en mand, that is a man. Manden, that is the man. Men is men. Mændene is the men. And by the way, most of the time you're not gonna hear it like mændene, because native speakers we don't say it like a textbook. We're gonna be like mændene, right? Mændene. Yeah, so that's a little side note. If you're living in Denmark, the way I say it in this video, because it's like educational and very basic, might be very, very clear, but then in real life, in the streets, people might be a little more, not so articulate and not so clear in their pronunciation. So anyway, en mand, manden, mænd, mændene, mændene. Okay, and that is of course man. Then you got the ting, so en ting, tingen, ting, tingene. I'll take a second and look at that. En ting, tingen, ting, tingene. Yeah, so this one is a little bit different from the other ones that you see here, because there are some nouns that don't change in the plural, right? So even though there's more than one, they don't become something else. And generally these nouns are few compared to the ones that do change, but there are some, and this is one of them, right? Ting, en ting, to ting, tre ting, whether it's 1, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. So en ting, tingen, ting, tingene. Alright, and then you got hånd, 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 hånd. En hånd, hånden. Hænder, hænderne. En hånd, hånden. Hænder, hænderne. So again, a hand, the hand, hands, the hands. Alright? Yeah. I think for some of you, if you're new to Danish, it might be hard that you don't put an article before the noun, like in English or Spanish or many other languages. So in Danish it's a suffix, and it's the ending of the word. And maybe you already noticed that you can actually just take the en here, en mand, en ting, en hånd, and then put it at the end. Right? So it's kind of easy if you look at it that way. And today I'm kind of presenting you with a mix of basic nouns. Some of them are very easy in the plural and others are harder. Something like hånd, hånden, and then it becomes hænder in the plural. Might be confusing, I get that. But there are some of these words that are just annoying. And so yeah, you kind of just have to memorize them. Right? Now the good thing is you're going to hear them a lot. If something is important, then it's basic, then you need to memorize it. But because it's basic, you're also going to hear it a lot. So it all works out in the end. You just got to have a positive attitude. That's the thing. So easy for me to say, of course. So that was hånd. Then you got hus, hus, hus. Et hus, huset, huse, husene. Let's do it again. Et hus, huset, huse, husene. Alright, so this is with it, right? So this is a different gender. Now it's not masculine and feminine in Danish, it's something else. The main thing you need to remember is that some nouns have en and others have it. And this is important because it influences how you end the word, like hånden, but huset. So you have a T here instead of an N. And also it influences how they interact with the adjective. If there's an adjective in the sentence, we'll get to that later. So yeah, you gotta pay attention to that. Something I have to mention is that when you see something like huset, right, a noun in the singular definite, and so like the house is just one, it's a specific house, the house. the T is not really pronounced. It's more like a soft D. And again, if you've been learning Danish for a while, you're probably annoyed with this, but it is what it is. Right? We have this soft D in Danish, and sometimes the soft D sound comes when you have nouns that are in the singular definite. And so again, just one, and it's a specific one. Or if it's a verb in the present perfect. But we're not talking about verbs today. I'm just giving you a little heads up. Alright, cool. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind. So that was the first one. We'll do a few more of these. I think I have maybe 6 or something. Now I took out the English translation here because you also gotta sort of think for yourself. You gotta train yourself to be like, oh okay, yeah, I see where this is going. So you had the introduction before, that was like training wheels. So what we got? We got kvinde, and it's en kvinde. En kvinde. Kvinden. Kvinder. Kvinderne. Kvinderne. Right, so of course this is woman. En kvinde. Kvinden. Kvinder. Kvinderne. Oh, and a little side note. I remember some Americans pronouncing this like que, like it's a Q. It's not a Q, it's a K and a V, okay? So, kvinde, kvinde, kvinden, kvinder, kvinderne. Yeah, easy enough, right? Now, of course, this one you cannot put en because it already ends with an e. So you just put an n. Right? If it ends with an e, you just put the n. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so this one in the plural is kvinder. You add an R. It's very common that in the plural they end with R. Sometimes it's without, like it's just with an E. Yeah, and then there's some very irregular, unpredictable ones. But yeah, let's focus on the predictable ones as well. Alright, cool. Then we have bil, en bil, bilen, biler, bilerne. Alright. En bil, bilen, biler, bilerne. Okay, so again, car. Like en bil, bilen, biler, bilerne. Not so much more to say because it's the same logic as with many of the other nouns. En kvinde, en bil, kvinden, bilen, kvinder, biler, kvinderne, bilerne. Alright, super. Næste navn. Et navn. Navnet. Navne. Navnene. Et navn. Navnet. Navne. Navnene. But again, like I said before, when you have this ene, like there's no r in the plural, it's very likely that it's going to be pronounced as navne. Like in the street out there in the world in Denmark, you're not going to hear people say navnene. Like that's just me because I'm a teacher. But regular people, myself included, if I'm with other Danes, I'll just be like, navnene. Jeg kan ikke huske navnene. Can't remember the names. Okay? So that's how it is. Real life. So that was, of course, name. Så har vi hund. Hund. That's always a good word. Starting with en hund. En hund. Okay. Hunden. Hunde. Hundene. En hund. Hunden. Hunde. Hundene. Hundene. I'm just gonna say hunde from now on. I'm just gonna say it the quick version because you already get the point. En hund. Hunden. Hunde. Hundene. Very nice. They're smoked. So same logic as with many others. Like same as with the noun. Of course this one is en and it's it noun. But other than that it's the same. Like navne, hunde. Navnene, hundene. Navnene, hundene. Alright. Beautiful. Den næste side, the next page, det er, hvad har vi? Problem. Et problem, problemet, problemer, problemerne. Again. Et problem, problemet, problemer, problemerne. Alright? So, yeah, same thing. It becomes problemet. It, problem, you take the it and you move it. Problemet. Alright? Problemer and then problemerne, because you just add the ne. Problemer, problemerne. Then we have idé. Idé. Okay, så en idé. Idéen. Idéer. Idéerne. Nice. En idé. Idéen. Idéer. Idéerne. So, right, that is en, of course. It's an idea. And yeah, there's a little accent here. We don't do it so much in Danish, but sometimes, and this is one of them. En idé. Again, it's especially useful when you have something like this. Idéen. Right? Something I can tell you, this is more like a pronunciation tip, is that in Danish, if you see two vowels next to each other, and like a double, like e, you see here, it's still two syllables. Like, don't say idéen, unless you want to be like really funky and slangy, but seriously, idéen, it's two syllables. Even if it's the same syllable, the same letter, the same vowel, you gotta say it in two syllables. You don't contract it like you might in English or something like that. We don't do that. So yeah, idéer, idéerne, yeah, and it just continues. Smukt, beautiful. Så har vi sted, sted, place. So, et sted, stedet, steder, stederne. Et sted, stedet, steder, stederne. Yeah. Pretty easy, right? Ending with a soft E. Sted, stedet, steder, stederne. Beautiful. Så har vi banan. Kind of smile when I see this word. En banan. Bananen. Bananer. Bananerne. En banan. Bananen. Bananer. Bananerne. Yeah, so again, I can't really add anything else. You already get the point, right? Næste, what we got here. Oh yeah, it's a little more interesting. So here we got cykel, cykel, so of course bicycle. En cykel, cyklen, cykler, cyklerne. En cykel, cyklen, cykler, cyklerne. So yeah, this one is kind of predictable. It's the same. It's just en cykel. Although there's something interesting here to mention. If something ends with an L, like it does here, EL.